all you, buddy.
What type of snake is that, Dave?
I think it's a gardener. What you got, Preston? You got a thing?
A thing.
That's heavy. I'm guessing a
What is that thing
blade off a, I don't know, plow or something. Well, you sure did get right into it. Yeah, Jeffrey. Where are we, Preston? We haven't done an intro.
A
new site?
Yeah.
There was quite a bit of Civil War activity around here. So we're hoping we might get into some of that or solve the mystery of what this property was before what it is now, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, we got a lot of land to cover. Let's get to work. Well, it's been a long time since our last check-in. Went out, kind of hit the field beyond the wood line there. Found some iron spots, but it's like digging through concrete and it's hot. So I retreated to the woods. First signal I got, Mr. Jeffrey, who's responsible for getting us this permission, I just got a little horseshoe. So that's a good sign. Now, where were you guessing the cavalry came down from?
Well, the battle happened out that way.
Mm-hmm.
So they were probably coming around these ridges to monitor what was going on and sending their skirmishes. The other thing this horseshoe don't have is a cleat.
Yeah.
All modern horseshoes have a cleat pretty much right here. This one's smooth.
Yeah, it's an older horseshoe. Tell by the age, the thickness, all that, and then, like I just learned, doesn't have a cleat. So it's good to have a horse guy with you when you're out hunting. So we'll keep going. This might be a good spot right here. Yeah, we finally get a good signal out here in these woods. It's another can. Found a couple in the field, but gotta dig them.
That's a lot closer.
Yeah. Hey, there you go, buddy. Go point it out. Pretty close. There you go. Much better. Yeah, that's a hit. Good job, buddy. He did. Good shot. Property owner said we'd be fine to show you this. This is inside the shed where the DEA raided. And where he's got it covered up here was an elevator. And I'll show you when we go downstairs. When the elevator would come up, it's actually a piece of concrete that leveled off there. So you couldn't even tell it was there. So I guess they raided this place in 1999. And at the time when they came in, this was full of like woodworking tools, which I guess was his cover. You see he just has some storage in here. This morning when we came in here, there was about a 5-6 foot rat snake running right along up through here. It went up into the insulation. It did not care anything about us being here. Then come back here and they actually put some steps in that go down to the hidden area the guy had below the workshop. I'll take you down there. And this is where his grow operation was. He said when he bought the property, there was nothing in here but some woodworking manuals for the machinery. He came in and cut this out and put these steps in so he could get down to the lower part. but this was totally hidden except for that elevator, which apparently was about impossible to see when it was set up with the concrete block. Come in here, and this is where his grow operation was. He said when he came down here after he bought it at auction, the only thing that was left, you can see some of his irrigation where the heads came in, and they just cut off all the sprinkler heads and everything. And apparently there was a metal table set up down here that had his product growing on it. He said all that was gone when he got here. Only thing left was of the irrigation system was the PVC up there. He said all the wiring and everything was already here as far as for electricity, with the lights and everything he had down here are gone. And go back here, and this is where the elevator went. Walk up here and you can see the concrete slab. So when that elevator would go up, there's, can't see it, I don't have a flashlight with me, but it was so flush at the top that you couldn't even tell that was an elevator. So interesting place, and he was able to get it at auction after the federal government seized the land and shut down the operation. There's a funny story with that, and I'll tell you here in just a minute. So the story behind how the authorities found out about this place is pretty funny. And if you know anybody in law enforcement, which I happen to be, it's a common tale. So apparently the guy lived up here on the property in a trailer, had his little workshop going here, and lived up here with his wife or significant other, and they became involved in a domestic dispute one day. The police were called out. When they take her outside to interview, she said, "Hey, let me tell you about what he's got downstairs. He got weed." So that's how it all came crashing down on him. Apparently he ran this operation for a few years before anybody knew anything. And all it took was a spurned lover. So if you're going to do drugs or sell drugs, make sure you keep your spouse happy. Sadly, after the horseshoe, this is the find of the day. Dollywood, circa 2006. I thought I had something cool. It's not as cool as I'd hoped. But it's something. We'll keep going. I think the perseverance has paid off.
It is.
Sure enough.
.36 caliber, 40,
Probably 44.
44 caliber pistol bullet, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
44 pistol bullet. And who carried 44 caliber
Cavalry.
pistol bullets?
Buddy, you called it. He said when he invited us out here, he thinks the cavalry would have been up on the ridge behind us. It came down into the, I don't want to say the town, but
Colt Navy pistol bullet. That's what that thing's called.
and the cavalry was involved.
That was
and
the Army.
There you go.
44 is Army, 36 is Navy.
Yeah.
That's a Colt Navy pistol.
No, that's Colt
Called
Army.
Army. 44.
44 is Army.
They named it Colt Navy.
No, the Navy was the smaller.
Oh yeah,
So
You know
this
why
is
they
the
named
bigger
it
one.
Navy?
because the Navy owned it.
No, because the drawing on the cylinder was a naval battle.
Yeah.
And on the Army, it was a Army battle that was scrimshawed on the cylinder.
Very cool. Well, we're on the officially on the board. I counted the horseshoe as on the board, but this is definitely
On the board.
the real board.
That's hard to find.
Bob's gonna
Yeah, that's-
flip.
'cause
Where
you
is
don't
Bob?
find-
Up there.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't
He's
find
marking
many
down.
pistol
Nope.
bullets.
Well, we've only found a few ever. So that's cool. Looks
I
like a
found
drop
one
to
more.
me too.
Yep.
Cool beans. Keep going. Run out of time.
Side of
What
the
you got?
battlefield.
You got one? Yeah. right off the road or the
Yeah.
path or whatever it is.
Because
See
the
there? There you go.
battlefield, the hill is
Yeah.
like right there.
So this probably was a road right to it.
Cool. Yeah, so the battlefield straight through there. See, there's a hill through there where that took
Right over
place.
that hill was the big hill.
The big hill.
We go toward that battlefield or something?
Well, he says. So dug a little trench here. As soon as Preston pulled some of the tailings back, something popped out.
It's Mr. Three Ringer.
A 3-ringer.
It's like I got.
All right, let's get it out of the way. So there's more signals. Spread it out. Keep running it. You hear all that in there, Jeffrey? So next time, Preston, what we'll do is come back with a bigger shovel, and we'll just trench this out. Kind of like our friend tag team does. Dig those pits. Is that another one? Look there, Jeffrey.
There you go.
When you get down deep and see if there's any bottles or anything in here.
Could be an old campsite.
That's what I'm thinking.
Calvary.
And you pointed this out because of the mound. Yeah, you get my shovel. That was my shovel.
Kind of crazy over here.
Here, bud. Find your chirps and then do it, because that thing's going to pick up on all that little iron and stuff. There you go.
The last one he found had a flat tip,
Did it?
so it might have hit something.
Mighta. Yeah, that one I think's dropped. I haven't seen any lines in it.
No. Could be
Could be. Could have been stepped on.
stepped
I
on.
don't see
or
the
just a
rifling.
fault.
Something little. Come on, button. That's right under the ground there, huh?
Grab the shovel. Thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah,
Yeah, if you find an Ohio button, Bob's going to have a connection because his grandfather was in the Ohio.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
We're going to go to Vicksburg
Mm-hmm.
because one of my grandfathers was on one side and his grandfather was on the other.
Yeah, that came off that fence right there behind you. That's why it's only that shallow. So Preston, battlefield was just over beyond that hill right there. We were a stone's throw from it, it felt like, huh? We got one more stop to make. It's going to be pretty cool. Hey Preston, what did they tell you this was?
A burial site.
2 soldiers buried here, right?
Correct.
Both Confederate. See, one unknown. Then Rudolphus N. Amos, Company B, 6th Georgia Cavalry. And what was the story you were saying?
They buried him here, so hopefully somebody from Georgia would recognize the name and take him home.
And you can see we're right at the railroad, which was the same place it was then.
Doesn't seem like anybody
Pretty-
took them home.
Pretty amazing, just out here. Nothing else set up. 2 Confederate soldiers buried here that died in the battle field we just came by. Well, one they thought was wounded during the battle, and he
was at
died
a house over
a house
here.
nearby and died there. Pretty amazing. Hey Preston, did you have a good time?
Yeah.
It turned out to be pretty well worth the trip, huh? Well, thank you to our host, who not only invited us out to metal detect on their land, but fed us, let you do some shooting, then brought us to probably one of the neatest places I've been to as far as just metal detecting, to go see those 2 graves that are just along the side of some railroad tracks next to a little back road in the country. Nothing special set up for them, nothing other than what people leave there to honor them. It really brings into light these things we're finding come from real people during a real time that it's probably very hard to be an American, but it shaped who we are today, right? So it's good to be able to stop and honor them. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.